Welcome to Amazon Ads Raw Daily with your host.
Hello and welcome
Alex.
everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Amazon Ads Raw. Today I'll want to give you a quick video on how to seize a market on Amazon, how to plan a marketing budget for a new product launch in case you're looking into launching new products and you don't know what marketing budget to expect, or you're an agency or freelancer and your client asks you, hey, how much marketing budget do we need? For this, here's a really simple video how I explain how you can, in which I explain how you can do it. So first of all, you want to understand your category you're playing in and the revenue from that. So I took the pretty simple example here. The category is trash cans for kitchens. So this is just one keyword I'm looking at. I'm using the Helium 10. I'm using Helium 10 to get to the 30-day revenue of that keyword. You can use other tools and other methods to come to a category revenue or a niche revenue. That's up to you. The main thing we need here is some sort of measurable revenue, because later on we will kind of put a plan into place that looks into how much revenue are we making, what is our market share, and what marketing budget we need for that. So here we are looking into trash can for kitchens. The category revenue in 30 days is 13 millions. Now, for more context, I also pulled the bestseller in this category. So you can see kitchen waste bin number 1. This is this product here. The product is a parent with multiple childs in different colors and also different size variations. So it has a couple of childs underneath. This product here does 550,000 per 30 days in revenue. And for the sake of simplicity here, we assume a stable market. Obviously, everything you can do can be much more granular, much more nuanced. You can add in seasonality. You can add in this effect and this effect. We're just looking base. This is just really a base example. So monthly revenue 550,000, and then if we calculate the share, this would be 4%. 550,000 divided by the 30 million we saw earlier for the whole category is 4% market share on a monthly basis. So this means the bestseller holds 4% of the market share, roughly, with this product. And now for the marketing plan, let's say we want to launch a kitchen waste bin as well. And we want to understand how much marketing budget do we need and what will be our first weeks looking like, and so on and so forth. So for that, you would need to set yourself some goals, some milestones along the way. And with these informations, you'll kind of have something that you can, compare against and see if your plan is relevant and if it makes sense. So we are setting up a plan. Our plan will be to gain 1% of market share within the first 3 months. 4%, right? That would be the bestseller batch. This could also be your plan. Your plan could be, hey, we launched a product and within 3 months we are the bestseller. Depending on the category and so on and so forth, this can be feasible, but eventually also not. So make sure they are realistic and so on and so forth. We are targeting 1% of market share. And obviously, this is a goal that we want to reach in 3 months. So week after week, we try to aim for more market share. Now, the easy part is the calculation that I'll show you here, because if we want to target 1% market share, then 1% of the 13 million is 130,000. Now we already know our revenue that we will have if we have 1% of the market, assuming a stable market and so on, as I explained. And from there, we can work our way backwards. And then we say, okay, in the first week, we might have 0.05%. And then each week, this increases up until we have 1%. You can make this, this is very linear. You can make a curve. You can let it start slowly and then get more aggressive, eating into the market share down here. This is up to you. As I said, just for sake of simplicity, this is how I'm doing it. From this, we get to our revenue per week. And now the only thing for marketing spend is a TACoS assumption. And we want to end up with a TACoS of 15%. So this is kind of our goal. We said, okay, once we have 1% of market share, our TACoS needs to be 15% to be profitable. That would be then roughly 20,000 of marketing spend per week. Or per, this is 30-day revenue, so actually it's per month. However, this is not important here. Important is here how you get to the 15%, because if you launch new, there's a few things you can do. You can either pump and push really hard on PPC, or you have other leverage. Other leverage would be, for example, your brand is already running for a while and you have branded search, and you can redirect the branded searches to your new product launch. Maybe you have a brand store that is already running and gets traffic, then you can add your product there. Maybe you have traffic coming from influencers, affiliates, Google Ads, whatever. You can redirect to your product launch. Probably this also all costs money, so it needs to be included in the marketing spend. However, if you have other leverages, let's say you have a good running parent and you can just integrate this new product launch into the parent and it gets organic traffic from that, great. You might calculate a different TACoS then. I'm calculating this TACoS. I say, let's start with 90%. 90% means you will be negative in profits unless you have a 90% gross profit margin, which nobody has. So this would be super unprofitable because your revenue is not your profits. So we are assuming the first 4 weeks that TACoS is getting better, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, and then it takes a little longer to get better over the weeks, just 5%, 5 percentage points improvement week over week. And then the marketing spend is just a calculation of this TACoS assumption here and the revenue assumptions, and this will be your marketing spend. So you could tell your client or whoever, hey, we're expecting a budget of 240,000 needed for marketing in the first 3 months. For this, we are expecting a revenue of 750,000 and at the end, a 1% market share, and so on and so forth. This is how you create measurable, actionable roadmaps and goals. And this is what you all should be doing. This is very basic. You can make it more nuanced. You can put in more thoughts. You can play around, obviously, with pricing. Then maybe you don't need that much of marketing. There's many options you can do. The main thing you should do is have a plan that lays out the weeks, how much you want to spend, how much units you want to see for that, how much units sold, and then adjust during this period. If I'm not reaching my 13,000 here and I'm spending 10,000, then I'm having a problem, right? Because I'm spending much more. And if I have a plan and I'm overspending, then I need to find a way to make this spend more efficient. That's it. All right. That's all I wanted to talk about with you today. I hope you learned something, and
thank you
have a
for
good day.
listening to
See you next video.
Amazon
Bye-bye.
Ads Raw Daily. And remember to stay curious.